Oh, Lord have mercy upon us. Welcome to my local life video blog. So, you just had to trust me about that. If you miss this 2 hour special about gun control and school shootings, the Great Awakening on the Blaze Radio Network last night, it's going to be cool. So, I will analyze this later on tonight about see what you think about gun control and school shootings right here on the Blaze Radio Network. So you just had to trust me about that. So here it is. Now, here's your worst nightmare ever. Former President Barack Obama, oh Lord, has done it again. He is echoing a false anti-gun narrative during a recent speech. Give me a break. So what's the claim? I'll tell you what the claim is. The claim is, which, following the Parkland, Florida shooting, as I said last week, and of course, you guessed it. That's right. Of course, last Tuesday's 2 hour special. So you just had to trust me about that. And you know why? Because it pays to be asked to people. And it was the U.S. That the U.S. has seen 18 school shootings since the beginning of 2018. And it has been debunked several times. So, so you ask yourself this question. What is the details? I'll tell you what the details is. According to, let's see, Washington Examiner just reported that President Obama has been pushing the narrative during his keynote speech, 2018 health conference in Washington, D.C. Oh my God. That was, yesterday. Quote this. If you ask me, the thing that broke my heart, particularly when now I see there have been, and I've got to update this, 18 school shootings this year. Yeah, so you always told the speech, told the whole audience during the speech, really, huh? Look what is right for you. You said that the medical community, as you see the statistics, leading causes of death among young people in this country have all but car traffic starts going down and stabling gun-inflicted fatalities. And oh God. My God, you are so wishy-washy. Do you, former President Obama? And you might think it's so smart about you turning the sights of this horrific Sandy Hook school shooting and the gun control conversation of this issue as a result. Here's your result, as you just said. And here it is. Quote this. You said, probably the thing that haunts me the most. Oh, really? That haunts you, huh? Well, guess what? It will wake you up at a time like this. Here's what you waking yourself up. Because after the 26-year-olds are gunned down, and you guessed it, the most brutal fashion possible, and you know what? It's so much that the police who found them had to get them counseling. And you have to spend hours with the parents after the children after you know who they sent off from school, and almost toddlers didn't come home, and you, despite that you couldn't get this Congress moving, well, guess what? This is your worst day of their presidency. Let me put this in writing for you, President Obama. The details is this. According to Snopes.com, the fact-checking website says that there have been more 7 fire alarm attacks, and it occurs to your ability that the regular school hours back in school hours this year, and 5 of those 7 incidents resulted in, you guessed it, injuries or death. And the site that notes that separate there are the 2 firearm attacks, and it occurs to the outside of a here regular school hours in 2018. There was both incidents resulting of fire alarm, fire alarm, and it instead of alarm or whatever happens, a robbery, or it could be injuries or deaths or robbery or high school campus. And guess what? The other one is this: during a party held on school grounds. Give me one good reasons why. So here's why I don't believe. Here's why I really don't believe you. 2 occurrences of shots fired during school hours. Could be an unknown reason. It has recorded. Neither resulted in injury or death. And what about the 3 occurrences via unintentional gunfire during school hours were recorded? Well, one of the incidents or resulting could be, the same thing, injury or death. One at schools being suicide has been recorded this year. But whatever happens to one occurrence to stray bullets and hitting school buildings at a time like this? Yeah, you guessed it. And what about stray bullets? Yeah, you said the same thing. Just about that. Well, it's just the stuff like this is what they done. And look what happens. It happens. So that's why President Obama, you didn't learn anything, do you? Because you try to push back the 2018 school shootings. You try to fit in a narrative. No, you don't fit the narrative. And you're dead wrong, Mr. President. Haven't you noticed that Nicholas Cruz killed these kids in over Parkland, Florida shootings? And that's why he's been addicted to 17 accounts of murder and jail records going, bizarre behaviors after this massacre, school shootings in Parkland, Florida. Now, President Obama, haven't you, I call this one former President Barack Hussein Obama. As far as we're concerned, why can't you just use your own common sense and think of what you just didn't do about this one? Because you know why? Because the moral of my Political Life video blog story is this: we know the facts of this school shootings and all that, all day in and all day out. For once. And you don't know what the have is, former President Obama? Why can't you just go back where you came from? Go back to your Chicagoland thugs like you got some sense. And guess what? It's none of your darn business. So shut up, Barack Hussein Obama. Well, who knows? Can be civilized. Oh, he's like, why did you do? And because I said so in the first place. So, cut it. Don't realize this later on tonight. Only on Blaze Radio Network for Wordplay Wednesday. So you just don't trust me about that. As well, that's my political life video blog story. And I'm sticking to it.